Hello, it's Susan Taylor Shire, and this is Soul Mastery, Mastering Your Life on Earth. And this is Treasure Chest Tuesday. So I have entitled this Treasure Chest moment, Treasure Chest of You, of course, Contraction equals Expansion. What does that mean for you? Okay, what does that mean for all of us? So, talking with clients and people in classes I've done recently and friends and you name it, all over, there's a real common theme of contraction. And we want to learn how to wisely remember what that gives us. So, I'm going to start with one of my favorite phrases, and I'm reading it so I get it. I do it well. We didn't come here after all these centuries of coming here to stop at the 1 yard line. Okay, so I know you're not stopping. I know you're moving forward, but it's a remembrance when things get a little tough and a little dense and a little constricted. I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. I'm at the 1 yard line. Oh my gosh, this is so vital. Now, this 1 yard line may be longer than a few minutes away, getting to the so-called goal, but at the same time, it's really important to remember the bigger movement that's going on. And right now, believe it or not, there's a lot of birth going on underneath the surface. These are paperwhite bulbs that I grew. I don't know if you can see the bulb underneath, but there's a lot that goes on under the surface when you're working with bulbs. The water goes in and it's sort of like the caterpillar butterfly thing, all of that. There's just so much that goes on under the surface that is necessary for the expansion. So let's talk about physical birth. When a woman, is in labor, then what happens is there's contraction and then expansion. Contract for the big push, right? Contract, expand. So this contraction is something that happens in our lives a lot before a birth process is about to happen, okay? Now this will happen, for instance, I'm on a retreat. When you get this message, I'm on a retreat in Sedona, and every time I do a retreat, or I'm doing a big class, or a new something, there's parts of me, just parts of me, that want to contract and pull in and go, oh no, either it'll come up as, do we really want to do that? Or do we have what we need? Let's see, what are some of the other ones? Oh my gosh, no, I don't want to do this. Can we just get out of it? All these things that come up. But remember, they're little gnats. They're little gnats in the brain. They're not the biggest part of you. It's not your heart and soul speaking. So when these feeling, mental images, all of that come up, it's so important to go, oh, this is part of the contraction phase. Sometimes I can't talk. My mouth gets tired of so much talking. Part of the contraction phase. Okay? And it's just a part of you. And it's trying to keep you small and safe and stay at the 1 yard line and don't keep going. So you just say to that part of yours, I hear you. I know you'd rather just be laying down or staying small or not having to do something that's a little more challenging, uncomfortable, etc. But we're going to do this after centuries of all that we have come here for. We're going to keep going. And sometimes the greater the contraction, the greater the expansion, the greater the birth that comes out of it and comes through it. It's remarkable. I've seen this over and over again. So I want to say this to you to remember that in this time of contraction, And I know in the United States, we've had lots of power outages in certain places and deeper, darker weather than usual. And I've talked about this a few times. But it's a contraction. Winter can be a contraction. Sorry to all of you in the Southern Hemisphere. It can be a contraction because we want to go deep and inward and really pan for the gold that will come out through us as never before. So when that contraction happens, you speak to that part of you and say, I want you to come along with me. I know you feel like you'd like to just sit down and not do this thing, don't do the video, whatever it is that comes up, or it's going to be stupid and no one's going to like it, all those little gnats that come along. And you say, I know that's an old part of me wanting to keep me safe and keep me from being harmed, feel like it's not useful to be out in the world more, or whatever it is, okay? Just be aware of that and go, no, this time we're going to not stop at the 1 yard line, we're going all the way through. And we're going to feel the joy, the miracle, the wonder, the everything, the deep sacred nature of what life is bringing to us right now. And that's the goal you want to keep your heart and soul on. We're going for this. We're going for this. And this contraction is just part of the process. So enjoy whatever phase you're in. Remember, from your guidance standpoint, every aspect of you is welcome here. Every aspect of you is welcome in the cycle of creation, so it can blossom and grow and be all that it wants to be. And that's you being all that you want to be. So keep creating, let the contractions work for you, and birthing is happening. And our blessed universe, remember, is continually birthing new creation, new light, fueled by love all the time. So even at the dark of night, and that's what they're reminding me of at night right now, the dark of night, it feels like the universe is just going dark for a while. It's not. It's going in essence, to give forth when the light of the sun shines in the next moment of that morning. So blessings to each one of you in your cycle. And remember to subscribe or join my email list so you can get more wisdom and beautiful flowers to look at and support from the universe of you every week. So much love to each one of you in your birthing process.